Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to our media friends. Welcome po. Welcome to another press conference with our Padel Pilipinas team. Of course, we are here to discuss our Senator's resolutions, namely Senate Resolution number 1250, congratulating and commending Padel Pilipinas and national team athletes Tawi and Marian Capadocia for winning their second championship title, reigning as two-time champions in the female professional category in the Asia Pacific Padel Tour. And then, of course, Senate Resolution number 1216, resolution congratulating and commending Padel Pilipinas and national team athletes Cayetano and Marian Capadocia for being the first All-Filipina champions in the Asia Pacific Padel Tour. Now, there's also another resolution congratulating and commending, of course, Senator Cayetano and Padel Pilipinas for the Asia Pacific Padel Cup. Before we start the questions from our media friends, I'd like to introduce, of course, our panel, our national team, starting with our founder, Senator Pia S. Cayetano, our Secretary General, Attorney Duane Santos, our Executive Director, Attorney Jackie Gan, our head coach, Coach Brian Casao, strength and conditioning coach, Coach Jarrett, although he is not here today, and of course our national team and training pool from the men's team first, LA, and Jairus. I mentioned Attorney Duane a while ago. Derek Santos, we have Raymark or Matt Wolfo, Coco Alian, Brian, Sarenes, Joseph Sarah, who's not here, and then Johnny Arcilla. From the women's team, of course, we have, as mentioned earlier Senator Pia, Tawi, Marian, Princess, and Mariam or Yami Garcia. All right, we are ready, media friends, to take your questions.
I'm Randy po from Sea Network. So, first question is, we've seen the success of Play Padel Pilipinas, Play Padel Pilipinas. So, left and right tournaments, international tournaments, nakita natin lahat ng mga achievements. So, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, personally, I fell in love with paddle, and when Duane and I were looking at the future of paddle in the Philippines, we felt that there really was potential because I'll let him speak for himself, but from my experience as an athlete, I've supported many sports, and I've seen with paddle, it's a new sport, so it's such an exciting opportunity to be a part of it and to help it grow. And I've seen all the mistakes that other associations have done. Some by neglect, some by ignorance, some by sheer greed, for various reasons. I've seen the worst of sports, and I felt like it's a great opportunity to do things right. So, without any grand plans, Coach Brian over there and I started, talking about what we would do if we had a Philippine team, and here we are, 12 or 14, barely 14 months since our initial conversations, and I didn't even expect that we would find ourselves where we are today, having been able to compete in, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 countries. Early in first quarter of the year, the original plan was to give the opportunity for 4 players and coaches to train in Portugal and Spain. That's it. Hindi pa namin talaga alam what opportunities are out there. And here we are nga, a year after just these ideas. And I would have been happy to come here and say, we've participated in all these tournaments, they've had great exposure, let's see what next year will be like. But actually, we're ending the year with championships from these 2 girls, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. They won twice. And then the team, as a national team, was this close to bringing home the championship. I think we're all frustrated about that. But first runner up in the first ever Asia Pacific Padel tournament. But I'll emphasize, and then I'll end, that it's not really about the trophies or the medals you bring home. It's about planning it and doing it the right way. That was so important for me, that our strength and conditioning coach was part of this. He's just not here today, but he's part of the journey. The community is part of the journey. Ensuring that the team has everything that it takes to become a well-developed well-rounded athlete is what we really aspire for. In the process, be an inspiration to other paddle players and to the youth. So for me, it's been a great year. So I'll end there because there's so many other stories that I want the others to share.
Okay.
Sir Duane.
Yeah.
Let's talk about yung Asia Pacific Padel Cup. So I
Right.
think we ended up silver po, ano.
Right.
So, well, as a team member and as a Secretary General po, what's your thought about that? Mga successful natin internationally.
Well,
Yeah.
although we came second in the whole tournament, in the preliminary stages, we beat every team. Every team there. We were considered the champion of the group stage. Each and every team that competed, and these are the best in Asia, were there. We won. We won that the group stage. In the final round, it was really tight. We had it all boiled down to the last match, and we were close. We were close to winning that match, and as every match goes, anything can really happen, especially when you have a whole crowd cheering for Indonesia, the whole team, and likewise. But we were, despite being less in number, we were definitely much louder in voice. Thanks to the whole support of the whole Philippine team. Nonetheless, it was an amazing experience. Again, to be number 2 in that Asian tournament, with all the best teams were invited in that tournament, and became second. And all of these guys have only been playing for 2 years at most, and we were able to accomplish what we sought to accomplish for that event. So we're really happy with the result.
So
Yeah.
it's not a walk in the park na i-organize to lahat, like the accommodations, the trainings,
Yeah.
mga athletes natin. So how do you do it, sir?
Be us here. No, of course, we have a whole team. The whole team is here to support, and that's the difference, I think. I've been part of some organizations and federations in the past, but the kind of support that the whole team gives, it's beyond compare. Beyond compare. Jackie from the Padel Pilipinas team, and the whole support. You'll find that a lot of these players come over to these events. We're not even playing. You have the whole support of the community going to these competitions, and amongst all the other countries, we're always the loudest. We're always sure win in terms of cheering, and the kind of support, and they see it, and are almost envious. The other countries, they don't quite see that. It doesn't quite happen to all of them. But on our end, it's the community that's growing really quickly, and that's what you will notice with paddle. It's not just about the sport; it's about the community that's built, and the kind of support we get from all of them. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Marian.
Good afternoon, Coach Brian. I'm from the Philippines. Nakita yun. So yun nga, kumusta yung feeling na instead na pangalan naka-bandera, national team yung dinala niyo?
Well, for me, this is my first time to represent my country in the international competitions, no. And together with this team na meron kami, kagaya ng sabi ko from, I think, for the past interviews that I had about the Asia Pacific Padel Cup, I'm really confident enough that we can do something and we can perform. So, and I think the result showed it, no? Despite having it second, but sabi nga ni Boss D is we were close, really close, super tight. That last match was really intense, no? So lahat parang they're on their feet, no, cheering for both countries, no, kung sinong manalo, sinong matalo, but for me as the coach is it's a win-win for me, no? So one of a kind experience ito for a first time national team na we have, no? So kagaya din ng mga na-mention ko din before the interviews na some of us are playing like 1 year. We're just new, 2 years. Hindi pa talaga ganun kami kahinog playing this sport, but we've showed na kaya natin, no? So, yes. Thank you.
So, regarding sabi mo, hindi pa kayo, medyo bago pa kayo sa industriya, pero up next, medyo, hindi kayo masyadong busy. May AL, may Singapore, may Indo, may Thailand. How do you prepare for this event na sobrang pack ng schedule, magulo, pero ito, kailangan nyo pa maglaro?
Yes, it's hard actually to schedule all the trainings. Syempre yung intensity ng trainings nile-level ko yan on syempre kung ano yung skills ng team and to what extent ko pa sila kayang i-push. With the help of our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Jarek, no, special mention to Coach Jarek is a really big help for me at the same time to schedule it na mas maayos, ma-prioritize namin which comes first, like what you've said. We've been to Bali. After Bali, the team went to Jakarta, the team went to Singapore, the team went to Kuala Lumpur. Every other week, we're like putting this tight schedule to make sure na makakapag-practice lahat. So, and then the result was really great. No? So, effort naman ng lahat yun. Not just me, but for these players. Nag-effort naman lahat to train. They show up in training. That's the most important thing for me as a coach. Ang importante, you show up. I don't care if you're late, but if you show up, then okay. We're doing something. Okay? So, syempre, hindi ko man makalimutan yung effort ni Coach Jarek to help our players here to become physically 100% physically ready, and then in shape sila to perform whether we win or we lose. That's it. I make sure that everyone is ready. No, not just them, but of course ako din. Kasi minsan the intensity is like for me it's mental toughness for me as well as the coach. No, so paano pa ba ako makatulong for them? Because I'm not playing. I'm not playing. So I just coach outside the court, and then, syempre, it's a big challenge for me at the same time as a coach to uplift the game, no? Para makita namin, oh, ito, kaya namin, kaya pa nila. So it's something like that.
Okay, so
Can I add to his story? So the Asia Pacific Tour is open to amateurs and pros. And so we invite those in our club to also join, because it's and as an NSA, that's really our goal, from grassroots to amateur, kids, adults, seniors, lahat invited yan. So when we were in the last APPT, we joined in KL. Grabe, there were 3 courts, and there were times where all Filipinos were playing on all 3 courts. And then yung mga coaches, kasi our boys are also, well, even the 2 girls are actually also certified coaches, internationally certified coaches. So, kung hindi sila naglalaro, oy, mag-coach ka doon, mag-coach. Kasi yung amateurs natin, which I'm proud to say that included my daughters, so mga amateur players, naglalaro. So, syempre, kailangan din nila yung coach nila. So, talagang kahit na wala silang game, walang pahinga. Because that's what I wanted to say. Baka you're wondering, ano ba yung nakakapagod doon? They're also not full-time athletes. They're also earning a living as coaches. And some even have other side gigs. So, ganun talagang hirap ng buhay ng athlete. So, that's why yung goal namin is to try to provide that environment that they can be the best athlete that they can be and balance their life, whether kung ano pa yung mga ibang obligations nila. So, imagine that scenario na lahat naglalaro sa lahat ng court, may Pilipino doon, tapos mag-coach ka muna bago ka maglaro. And then, another scenario is, sa sobrang invested nitong lahat, and sa sobrang care nila sa bawat player, napagsabihan sila ng organizer kasi only 1 coach allowed. Dahil lahat nagko-coach na sa 2 to nung mananalo na. Umaangal na yung kalaban dahil mas marami pa yung coach kaysa sa athletes. Kasi players din kasi yun eh. So kung wala na silang laban, nanonood na lahat. Tapos nandun na, nagko-coaching.
Marian, say, kung sila nag-Southeast Asian tour kayo, maliligaw ng konti, kung Dubai kayo, so how you prepare for that?
Actually po, before ng Dubai, meron kaming tennis competition. Si Ate Tawi is playing doubles and I'm playing singles. But then yung physically fit kasi andyan pa rin. So I think we were prepared naman to play Dubai. Yeah.
Yeah, so bonus lang kasi kayo, you mentioned nga sa KL, maraming mga Pilipinong naglalaro doon. Is there a chance na next year baka mag-ikot kayo ng mga foreign players at maglaro sa Padel national team, if ever?
course. That's always, alam nila yan. Sinabi ko na yan sa kanila. Pinoint out na yan ni Duane na keep an eye out. Kasi ganun talaga ang karamihan ng national team in the Philippines. They really scout for yung mga, ano tawag dito, yung mga half Pinoys or full Pinoys, pero based in Europe kasi paddle is very big in Europe. So yung chances na may naglalarong Filipino doon, malaki yung chances. Of course, open tayo to meet them and to play with them and to train with them. Kasi mga Pilipino din yun eh.
Makes sense. Thank you very much.
Sir Dan.
Good afternoon kay Tawita, si Marian. Yung first championship nyo ay history na, no?
Yes, history na.
You did it again. So, ano sekreto niyo dalawa and your success?
Kaya nga po secret eh. Kasi secret eh. Pero anyway, out of the court kasi we're friends naman talaga ni Ate Tawi. And also like, totoo kasi kami sa isa't isa eh. So I think the secret of being friends outside of the court is also a secret na nanalo kami in paddle. And then nagkakaintindihan kami kasi on and off the court. So I think yun din yung isa sa nakatulong sa amin. So yeah.
So, pwede kayo maka-grand slam niya?
Praying. We're working on it and praying for it.
Kay Senator?
Ito. Ayun.
Sekreto mo. Yung sekreto mo. Ano yung sekreto? Labas mo na yung sekreto.
Kasi itong dalawang girls, kung pwede lang daw, wag nang ma-interview, basta panoorin nyo na lang daw. Kasi yung skill nila is in the court and hindi daw, medyo camera shy lang. Pag kasi hindi yung international competition, ang partner ko si Tawi, kaya tamo nakatingin na siya kagad sa akin na partner, ikaw na sumagot ng mga tanong. Secretly na lang daw. So, yun. But of course, I know that they also feel the support that we give them. And, it's so new nga. So for me, I don't like to put the pressure on them. The important thing is they learn from their experience. They go there na ready sila, yung mindset nila nandyan, yung sabihin din ng coach na they put in the hours and the focus to train properly. That's all I expect naman for now. If they go up kasi you never know naman, for me kasi as an athlete, you don't, especially this new sport, they're only getting to know now kung sino yung mga gagaling out there, di ba? Pangalan lang yan eh, malay ba nila? Sige, rank, ganun yun. Tas tinalo nila. So, yung ranking nun, bumaba na, dahil sila na yung doon. Yung next na kinalaban nila, tinalo na rin nila. So, ngayon, Tawi's ranked number 1 and Marian's ranked number 6. So, when they go into Dubai, I don't know, maybe Brian wants to say more, but Dubai is different because it's so close to Europe. I think there's going to be a lot of European participants. So, no pressure. For me, it's part of the learning experience. If they do well, then great. And if they do less than top position, then they had great experiences. And I hope it broadens their network of players to play with, to also invite back here to play with them, to do coaching. Lahat yun, those are great opportunities for them.
Senator, kilala kayo bilang cycling enthusiast and especially triathlete. So, from pedal to paddle.
Oo nga. Yeah, well, actually, so I'm a runner. Primarily, I'm a runner before a triathlete. And I still run. And panayang-yaya ko to sa mga to mag-run. Kasi running naman is the base of all sports, if you ask me, di ba? Kasi you get your endurance from running. Then, because this sport requires that mabilis ka rin, iniiksian ko yung takbo ko. I do more sprints. But I also try to do more longer runs for my endurance. So, sana makinig lahat dyan, yung mga nauubusan. Yung mga nauubusan. In fairness, coach, di ako nauubusan, di ba? So, but yeah, I mean, I've been blessed to have a father and mother who really supported well, I can speak for Duane kasi lumaki din yan sports, Derek. Well, actually, lahat naman kami kasi lahat nga tayo, our parents, exposed us to this. And it's really a blessing. And it's my dream for every Filipino child to have that experience to be in sports. And I don't care what sport. Kaya nga, lagi na ko compare yung pickle and paddle. I don't care. Paddle kami. And we will always say paddle is the best. But for me, as a as an advocate for health and wellness, play any sport that you want. Just get out there, move, have fun, socialize, sweat, lahat yan. Good for us yan.
Thank you.
Hi. Good afternoon. Hi, Johnny.
Sige.
Kilala ka as in, parang ikaw yung pinakamagaling na tennis player natin for the last 10 years or what? Okay, so sa padel, anong tingin mo yung future mo naman? Kasi hindi...
Parang second chapter ko na to eh. Second chapter sa buhay ko. Kasi yung tennis kasi buong buhay ko, nag-tennis talaga ako since 5 years old. Then hanggang ngayon. So, because of Derek and Duane, siya kasi nag-inganyo sa akin eh, na mag-paddle. So, try mong ganito, ganyan. So, yun, nagustuhan ko naman. I mean, kasi sa paddle kasi may ring court eh. Medyo, siguro, bang less din, di ba, pagod ka sa tennis court kasi ang haba, ang lawak ng court eh. Eh di naman tayo, bumabata. Pero bata pa rin natin, naman eh. Nasa condition pa naman eh. Pero ngayon, masaya ako dito sa paddle. Kaya nagustuhan ko rin yung community nila. Yan, yun. Yan. Kasi ikaw, kapatid, kasi ito, kapatid ko yung, sa kanya. Kasi nung 10 under pa ako, siya na yung sa akin naman, dyaryo lahat. Siya yung, niya. Diba? Yun. Siya rin nag-discover sa akin dati pa. Kasi yung Milo pa, that time. Kaya thank you sa'yo, Ate Jane.
I'll add there that Johnny competes against the best in Asia and some of the best in Argentina and Spain. And he's been doing very well against them, even if he's only played for
Months. Not even, I mean, na-try mo 2 years ago, pero hindi ka naman parang nagdidiretso-diretso, di ba? Okay, the second question is for Marian. Okay, kasi she just won, like yesterday, she won the APPC Open in tennis.
I
know. Okay. We know. Paano mo nagawa yun? Magaling ka sa tennis, tapos ngayon magaling ka rin sa paddle. So, paano mo yun?
Wag naman po yung magaling talaga. Anyway, actually po, bata pa lang kasi ako, dedicated na ako sa sports. And also, wala kasi akong sponsors, and wala akong coach. Ako lang talaga, like my dad and me. So, every day yon, sabi nga ni Sen, di ba, lahat ng sports kailangan ng takbo. So, every day, lagi ako tumatakbo talaga. Like, every 5 a.m., gumigising ako para tumakbo. Like, yun yung whole life ko before tennis. So, yun. Siguro, I think, switching to paddle, not really switching pa pala, but then, including paddle, siguro, dun lang sa pagiging dedicated ko as an athlete, na gusto ko manalo, and then like, of course, madami kasing tao sa paligid also na syempre Filipino crab mentality na ida-down ka nila, but then yun kasi hindi ko naging negative impact sa akin. So naging positive siya. So ako every day ako nagpo-push to train hard, to play my best every time, and then also to pray to God kung ano talaga yung para sa akin. So ayun.
Another question. Okay,
Yes.
So, from playing the sport and then to becoming a champion, paano mo may encourage yung mga gusto mag-try ng paddle, tapos paano sila kagaling?
Punta lang silang play paddle. Joke lang.
Hanapin nila si Mac!
Joke lang. Inquire lang sila sa desk. Sorry. So, ano lang po, paddle is a great way po to stay active while having fun. Kasi yung paddle po, social sports po siya. It's often played in doubles. Parang tennis din po siya. So, encourage ko po yung mga gustong mag-paddle na if you want to have cardio workout, paddle also is the best sports to play. And then, enjoy po siya. And lalo na yung mga may racket sports background, madali na lang po siya i-adjust and laruin. Yun po.
Okay, isa po yung mga anak ko sa tennis.
Seeing those players na nag-start lang a year ago, yung iba wala pa, months pa lang. Tapos every time na makikita namin sila sa tournament, nakikita namin yung results nila pa-improve from losing sa first round, then yung iba ngayon champions na. So sobrang nakakatuwa or nakakabusog sa puso namin na nakikita namin na ganun yung nagagawa namin sa community.
Okay, as coach, no? Kinuha mo ba in-encourage mo ba si Johnny mag-join o si Johnny ang nag-volunteer na sumunod?
Well, actually, si Kuya Johnny isa sa mga unang nag-invite sa akin sa paddle. Yung group nung friends namin sa tennis, isa sa mga unang nag-try ng paddle dito sa Philippines. Kaya thankful din ako kay Kuya Johnny na nadala niya ako sa sport na to.
Okay, last question kay Madam Pia. What's in store for the team next year?
So next year, I'm a candidate, guys. So, bahala sila sa buhay nila. Wala na akong pakialam sa kanila. Sabi ko sa kanila, wag niyo akong bigyan ng problema dahil kailangan kong i-focus naman yung energy ko sa pagtatakbo ko as a senator. But I hope that na-impart ko yung mga vision ko, yung gusto kong values. It's very important to me that this is value-centric sa kanila kasi sila yung mag-i-implement ng program. Well, when I say sila, the head coach, Brian, with the other coaches, will implement their program. Of course, nandiyan yung guidance ni Duane and ni Derek. We're so happy that Johnny is part of the team. So sila, I'm just here to support, to find funding also, to give also my input on nakita ko sa ibang sport that didn't work. Bigay ko lang, share ko din. Kasi most of them, not all of them, their perspective comes from tennis. But Duane has been in squash. I've been involved in volleyball, in football. There's probably 10 sports that I actively support. And to some extent, I know the issues that they face. So, I just share it with them. Bahala na kayo. Hanggang siguro mga next week ko na lang sila kakausapin. Tapos mag-e-enjoy ako ng Pasko. Tapos bahala kayo sa buhay nila.
Ma'am, kasi national team na ba ito? Ito na yung pang national team natin. Sila na yan.
Well, so what, again, this part of my personal learnings in the national team. National team is fluid. It doesn't start here and end here. Every time you have a competition, that national team can change. So like, for example, football, 22 players yan. 3 months later, baka may 3 doon, may 5 doon, may 10 doon na magbabago. So, yun, hindi ko yan pinapakialaman. Sila yun. But what I'm saying is the door is open to whoever is qualified, and you also have a training pool. Because like right now, and where is Yam over there? So yeah, Yam actually just graduated from college, so siya na yung younger generation. Pero like ko silang niloloko kasi we have three girls, tennis girls, but actually sama ko na doon, may football girl din kami, si Eloy, di ba? Ang joke ko sa kanila is, talunin niyo muna ako. Diba? It's joke, pero it's serious, diba? So, pag natatalo na nila ako consistently, edi kayo na. So, nandyan lang ako para makitraining sa kanila. And that's up to coach. Pag sinabi niya, that's why sinama nila si Yam dun sa APPC because they want her to have that experience. But perhaps her skill might be here, but maybe her readiness for that kind of pressure, yun, dinasabak na siya. So, ngayon, mas ready na siya. So, alam mo na yun, diba?
Okay. So, well, po yung mga players natin, especially mga boys natin sa likod, yung mga ibubuga talaga yan. Pero paano naman yung mga aspiring natin? At the same time, konti pa lang po yung courts natin. Meron tayo Mandaluyong, Baler, Batangas. Pero paano po kayo ma-achieve ng mga iba, yung sport natin?
Jackie, ano ba sa public?
Hi everyone. So, as the executive director, one of the things that Senator Pia, as our founder, vision casted to us is that our vision and our mission as well is Padel para sa lahat. And one of the main things that we do for us to be able to achieve this goal is actually our nationwide grassroots program. That's something that we're very proud of because as the National Sports Association, we actually give value for us being able to identify talents, grow talents, and at the same time, later on, grow champions like Marian and Tawi. So right now, we're very proud to actually tell you that in 2023, we've went to a lot of places in the Philippines. If I could just read it, 2023 kasi very proud ako, PSC, sa mga pinupuntahan po natin. Because they think that we're just doing paddle since paddle is a growing sport. They think it's only in Manila. And it's only for those who can access it or who has access to it. But no, Senator Pia wants to bring it to municipalities, to cities, even to those without courts yet. So we've been all over the country. So we went to Tarlac, Pampanga, Laguna, Taguig, Marikina, Las Piñas, Mandaluyong, Parañaque, Batangas. And in 2024, we went to Bataan, Aurora, Cebu, Palawan, El Nido, Batangas, Rosario, Batangas, San Juan, Padre Garcia, Lipa, Quezon, and so much more. And we're telling you all now that this is actually where the growth of paddle will be coming from. It's not only the training of our athletes. Well, that's one. We actually have three main focuses among many others, and that's number one, our nationwide grassroots program. Number two, that would be our training of our athletes or the national team. And number three is the conduct of international and national tournaments, which we had a lot this year. You know that, sir, because you were also part of our media who's interviewing us for every tournament that we did. And we can actually be humbled and proud to say at the same time that we've conducted a lot of major national tournaments, if not the biggest tournaments in the country for this year. And we're very excited to actually do more in 2024. So we hope to see all of you there, because you can also help us promote paddle in the Philippines. 2025, sorry.
So, 16 Duane and Tony Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Katatapos lang yung major Masters Invitational ninyo. May kaibahan ba ngayon kaysa dating tourney yun?
Yeah, yung Masters, lahat ng pinakamagaling ang nag-qualify for the Masters. So, ibang mga tournament throughout the whole year, kahit sino will be open to playing. But yung sa Masters, only the top performers from the previous 5 other tournaments that we had. We had a tournament in Baler, in Batangas, in 2 in Play Paddle, in Mandaluyong. In all those tournaments, the top performers, yun ang magka-qualify for the Masters. Yun ang kaibahan. Iba, yung pinakamagaling lang. Oh, yun ang kaibahan ng Masters.
May plano ba kayong to host international tournament dito sa Philippines? Sa Manila?
Marami plano. No, kasi kung makikita nyo, all over Asia, all over Europe, ang laki talaga ng paddle in Spain. 16,000 courts. Mas marami pa kaysa sa tennis courts yung nandun. And Spain is one of the biggest tennis countries in the world. Italy, 8,000 courts. Throughout Europe, Asia, even it's really one of, and South America, of course. So South America, ganun kalaki, and all the different continents. Ang laki talaga ng paddle. So we plan to hold more tournaments here, in international tournaments in the Philippines. So to make people aware na this is not just sa Pilipinas or in Asia. Kung ganun kalaki talaga ito. Yun.
Ako po si Jim Villota, sports correspondent po ako ng mga tabloid na Police Fire Tonight, Mate, saka Bulgar. Saka may upstream, may page po ako dahil ng balita.com. Tanungin ko na si Coco Alien. Missing ko
Coco Martin.
What is that one thing that you learn as part of the national team?
Siguro yung una dun is, as an athlete, alam naman natin yung life eh. It's more of playing, relaxing, playing. So, yun yung hinahanap namin na balance. So, I think as an athlete, yung pinaka na-learn ko is to have a mental switch. So, turn on as in game mode talaga if kailangan, relax mode talaga if kailangan. Kasi before being part of the national team, parang every game may tendency ako to overthink. And dala-dala ko yan to the next tournament. So this time, natutunan ko to move on and everything. Another thing is to, most and for sa lahat, pinaka-importante is being part of the national team is character development. Kami as hindi biro maging part of the national team. Importante yung commitment natin sa every time. When Tuesday to Friday nagte-training kami. And every time, most of us naman present all the time. So, yun yung pinaka na-learn ko talaga be part of the national team is dapat full commitment and don't take for granted yung mga spot na meron kami. Kasi when the day comes, baka mawala sa amin to. So yun.
Kaya ano, kay Coach Derek Santos.
Player. Parang coach ka.
Thank you.
As a member of the national team, what are you looking forward to in 2025?
Gold. And more gold. A lot of supporters, the community building, of course the courts, and our team to grow. And more success to everyone in the team. I think that's the main goal. Thank you for the question.
One more thing kay Sir Duane kasi you mentioned nga kanina yung Indo maingay and we all know Indo yung soccer culture na nadadala nila sa ibang sport, basketball, kaya even paddle. So, how do you hope na yung culture na ginadala ng Indo sa ibang sports mapunay sa Pilipinas, yung sobrang ingay naman nanonood ng paddle?
No.
We already are.
Yeah. If you look at the events that have been held all over Asia, the Philippines are by far the loudest in terms of the kind of support that we get. Because as I said, we have players in our community that they don't even compete. They're just there to watch and support us in our tournaments. So maski na second kami ng tournament, kami yung pinakamaingay. I'll assure you. And we're the envy of the other countries. Talo, basta sa ingay talo sila. In their home court, we were louder than them.
Final message na lang for everyone, especially yung mga gusto rin na sumali sa atin.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
So I'm so happy that you all get to meet the Padel Pilipinas team, and some of them are in play paddle regularly, but next year madidisperse na yung mga yan kasi as Duane was saying, all of them mostly come from different outside of Metro Manila. It's LA only who grew up in Metro Manila. And so, when our public courts open, yun sila makikita kasi babalik na yan sa mga Mindanao, sa mga Visayas, babalikan nila na yung mga first love nila doon, kung sino man yun. But that's the goal, that they go back and bring their passion for this new sport. Nakilala sila sa mga barangay nila as tennis players. Then can you imagine, babalik sila at the prime of their life, in their 20s, their 30s, whatever age they are, go back and now introduce a new sport. I think that's so exciting, right? And I'll be happy to also go around and visit. But the idea is, yun nga, paddle para sa lahat. So the public courts will be available to people. Bahala na yung mga LGU how to manage that at very reasonable prices. We will train more coaches in the provinces. But for those who are based in Metro Manila, then these people are in and out training, coaching, and we're always happy to grow the sport in every corner of the country.